Good morning, guys. This Airbnb was absolutely adorable. But here we go. We're heading off to Sighisoara. And I'm going down through this alleyway to get to the car, which I hope is still parked where I left it. Alright, so found the car, which is always a good thing. And this morning we're headed off to Sighisoara. Should only be about 3 hours or so on the road. And we will check in en route. I gotta tell you that driving in these old towns can be so challenging. Nothing but circles of one-ways and dead ends and so on. And I've got my Google Maps going, along with my old school Romania map, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem getting to Sighisoara. Yay, Sighisoara! Looks like we are on the right road. And these little villages are so cute. I'm glad that the road takes us through these and not around them. I saw like some sheep earlier crossing the road and so on, a man on some sort of cart. So the more we get out in the country, I think the more we have traditional sort of Romania. Well, one thing that's interesting about here is the way people pass, and I was warned, they're very aggressive passers. So like these big BMWs and so on come up behind you at 60 miles per hour in a 20 and don't think a thing about zipping right past you. So when in Rome, I've been trying a little bit of that, and it doesn't seem as dangerous as in America because it's more the culture, so everybody lets everybody else squeeze in. But that's interesting. But hitchhiking is a big thing here, I've learned, and not like what you think of hitchhiking in America in the 80s. Here it's just a transportation mode, and often well, it's actually protocol that you pay your driver a couple or 3 euros or whatever to take you to your next stop. So on the outskirts of town, a lot of them just have their signs of whatever town they're going to and stuff. So I might pick one up. That could be a little cultural experience, and hoping they speak a little bit of English. But if not, it could still be fun. So we'll see how that goes. So on the road to Sighisoara, got about half hour to go. But the terrain is changing, it's becoming more hilly, and these are kind of the foothills of the Carpathian Mountains, which are actually quite high in altitude and cut the country into like half or whatever. So yeah, we've got another half hour or so to go. So yeah, I made it to Sighisoara, and come to find out it is one of the best preserved citadels in all the world, and once again a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But yeah, built in the 12th century, so records go way back to 1150, and the citadels were the most fortified areas of most towns and the last line of defense before the bad guys arrived. And in this case it was way back to the Ottomans and so on. But yeah, the architecture here and the feel is very different than Sibiu, so we're just going to walk around. I'm going to attempt to climb a big clock tower. We'll see how that goes. Yes, indeed, I'm going to climb up there, which is actually higher than it looks. Alright, up we go. But these stairs aren't creaky or anything. And on they go. There's some spiral parts of them. Earlier, you know how much I like spiral steps from back in Ukraine. Well, I made it to the top of Clock Tower. And boy, what a view of Transylvania and Sighisoara from up here. We'll loop around. So finally checked in at the Airbnb. It's been kind of a long day, had a good lunch late. But yeah, this Airbnb is kind of cute. It's in a courtyard type thing, and there's the little car. But yeah, it's its own little apartment upstairs. Oh look, more spiral stairs, but only one flight. But yeah, this one was only I think 45 bucks. And it has its own private entrance thing, a little kitchen. And then here's the room. They're totally into like this kind of deal. But anyway, yeah, and then this one, it's got a little balcony and stuff, so that will be a lot of fun, even though it's only one night. Well guys, that's a wrap for today. It was a nice drive and fascinating little town, and on we go again tomorrow. I'm thinking over to Brasov for a couple castles, and then maybe after that out to the Black Sea, but we'll see. There's nothing but a few days here to try to figure all that out. Anyway, all right, off we go. Have a good night. Bye.